This presentation is for promoting collaboration among grade level teachers as well as across grade levels for kindergarten to 12th grade in order to grow critical thinkers throughout the district. Critical thinking is using the mind in a disciplined, sequential way to shape beliefs and actions. I began to wonder as an elementary teacher, what grade level are students able to do this kind of thinking? What does critical thinking look like at kindergarten or first grade? I began to look for developmental, age-appropriate critical thinking skills. These stages seem to be various levels a person goes through in developing critical thinking. Traveling through the stages is not necessarily age-related, but there are some benchmark grades for certain stages. The goal is to start a foundation in elementary school so that by high school, students can be at an age-appropriate critical thinking level. The first stage is unreflective thinking. These thinkers do not evaluate their thoughts or the way those thoughts are affecting their actions and beliefs. I think of kindergartners who are not really aware of their thought processes. However, this stage, as is true with any other stage, can be an older person who has not learned the skills within the level. The implication for teachers is that they need to facilitate an awareness of personal thought processes, probably by asking questions. The second stage of critical thinking is challenged thinkers. This group becomes aware of their thinking processes and aware of problems that occur because of poor thinking. Students are beginning to realize that other people have differing perspectives on problems. The teacher's response is to model thinking and explain that no one is a know-it-all. Older elementary students can be at the beginning stage of critical thinking. The students want to be critical thinkers and problem solvers, but lack skills to do so. The teacher's job is to encourage good habits by directly teaching the universal intellectual standards. These problem-solving steps may have been modeled in previous grades. Now, however, older elementary students have the ability to apply them in various settings. The steps are to approach situations with questions for clarity, accuracy, precision, relevance, depth, breadth, and logic. As students move into high school, they are able to be practicing thinkers. In this stage of thinking, students are more aware of and are beginning to work on their thinking flaws. Teachers are able to encourage looking at issues from many points of view. In an Edutopia article, 10 steps are outlined to help teachers teach critical thinking with high school students. These steps include asking questions, supplying a prompt and unpacking all the issues surrounding that prompt, giving students communication tools to enter a conversation whether agreeing or disagreeing with peers, modeling, encouraging constructive controversy, choosing high-interest content for students, setting up Socratic discussions, assessing reasoning with discussions, essays, and speeches, having students evaluate each other, and finally, stepping back and allowing the students to discuss and problem solve on their own. Most people who reach the advanced thinker stage are college students or above, if they continue growing. At this level, they have pretty good habits for thinking, but are not always consistent. Teachers at this point can discuss valuable intellectual traits. For high school students, these are goals to reach toward. Valuable intellectual traits worth instilling in advanced thinkers include intellectual humility, intellectual courage, intellectual empathy, intellectual integrity, intellectual perseverance, faith and reason, and fair-mindedness. The final stage of critical thinkers is the accomplished thinkers. These thinkers are in charge of their thinking and continually improving. These thinkers are probably self-monitoring, but again, teachers can inform students of the goal worth striving for. In conclusion, teachers of different age levels can challenge their students to be critical thinkers in a way that is appropriate to the grade they teach. Elementary teachers begin with the first 3 stages of critical thinking. As students get into high school, they may practice the skills they have learned in elementary and look forward to being advanced or accomplished critical thinkers. If you would like to dig a little deeper into the stages of critical thinking, these first two articles were found at criticalthinking.org, and the third article was found at edutopia.org.